So now that we have our website finished, all broken up into different slices and text and links and all those things and images and everything's all marvelous, the next step is actually getting it on the internet. So I've got my website here and I've got my pages, and you want to make sure that everything works. So if you haven't, just go through, make sure everything looks fine, click your links, make sure all of your links work. Oh, it's getting a little hung up here. Alright, there we go. It's just, I don't know, just being slow. Whatever. So, we can see that everything appears to work. So, good. Now, I'm actually going to, well, no, hang on. So I've got my stuff. So the next thing that you need is you need a web host. Now, I mean, you can go out and get whatever web host you want. Some of them are very expensive, some of them are very affordable, some of them are free. So if you just Google it, you can find some different ones, you can see different websites. The one that I am recommending, the one that I have been using for this class with you guys is, let's see if we can find it on here. I bet it's on here. There it is. ByteHost. Spelled wrong. I guess ByteHost spelled correctly was taken already. I like this one because, as you've seen on my pages, there are no advertisements, there are no pop-ups. A lot of times free ones will have advertisements and pop-ups. And in addition, you don't have to have a credit card to register. A lot of them will, they'll be free, they will be free, but they'll have extra paid features that you can add on if you want, and this one does too. But because of that, a lot of them will require you to put your credit card in there at the start in case you want them later. But a lot of you guys don't have credit cards yet. And, if you're not planning on spending money, then why do you want your credit card information in there anyways? So I like this one because you don't need a credit card to set this up and everything. And the specs are pretty decent. They're not the best specs out there, like the speed and the amount of bandwidth that you can have each month, like the number of people that can see your website each month. But they're pretty good numbers, especially for free and for not requiring a credit card. They're very respectable, so I would go with this one. But it's up to you. So when you're here, you can free host sign up, $0. You can follow this and fill it out and whatever, and they will send you an email. So once you do that, you will receive an email from them with your information, and this is what we need here. It will also give you the URL for your website, so you can see my website here, which actually I've never replaced the default page, but I've got other pages in there that you guys have already looked at, so I'll replace that later. It also gives you your cPanel username, your cPanel password, which we're not going to really play with too much right now. Your FTP server address, which that's important, your FTP login, which is important, and your FTP password, which is also super duper important. Don't share this information with other people because they can use it to try to get into your website and change stuff around. It's not very common. I mean, I've only had a website hacked once in the 15 years that I've done it, but it was still pretty annoying. So once you have your website done and everything looks right, you need an FTP client. I recommend FileZilla, but like everything else, you have options. So best free FTP clients, and there are some that cost money and there are some that are free, and you can use what you want. But I like FileZilla, and I think FileZilla, if I remember correctly, I think FileZilla is actually recommended by Mozilla, by Firefox. FileZilla, Mozilla. So yeah, so this is one that I recommend, and it's free. And I'm providing you the link for it anyways, because it's actually approved for our district, which none of the rest are. I had to get it approved so you guys could actually do this stuff. So yeah, so once you've downloaded FileZilla, go ahead and just leave it on your desktop. You're going to go ahead and open it, and you're going to see this. Yep, that's fine. So this is what you see, and what do I do now? That's a fantastic question. So you need your account information from whatever website you're using. So we need the information for the FTP server. We'll go ahead and paste that into where it says host. That is our host. That's who's hosting our website. We need our FTP login name, which will vary depending on, how it looks will vary depending on what service you're using. And then you need your password. You have a spot here for the port, and sometimes they will tell you which port to use on a host, sometimes they don't. ByteHost doesn't tell me which one to use, and it doesn't seem to matter for this one. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So if we do quick connect, ta-da! We have our website. So this is my website, well, sort of. If I go inside of here, htdocs, and it depends. It depends on which host you're using, which server you're using. Some you might upload right away. This one does not. This one even says, do not upload files here. Instead, you have to go to htdocs with ByteHost, and here are my folders. So here's my site 1, which, if you remember, was it was that very first one that I showed you with like just the really basic HTML 1.0, or even some of the stuff before that. You've got my Mario pages here with the different clues, and you've got Taco Dog, which some of you guys have already seen. But we don't have my cloud review or my cloud share review. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in here. It's really easy to transfer, actually. All you do is you just drag it in. Super easy, super awesome. Now, I've talked a little bit before with some of you guys that spaces on the internet are bad, and we've even seen some of the videos that spaces are bad. The internet doesn't like spaces. For spaces, it instead uses %20 for spaces, and that's gross, so we're not doing that. You can either delete your spaces altogether, or a better way is to use hyphens, because Google can read hyphens as spaces. So we just drag that in. It does its thing. It's uploading each and every file. You can see down here queued files 30. It's bringing in each .html file and each image and everything. So if I double click this, you can see it's uploading stuff. You can see it's slowly uploading the images. So you can see it's slowly adding on. And once it's done, we'll be able to see my website. Now if we go to my website, my URL, and if I actually, like, I don't know, put the right ending on here, so cloud-share-review / que problema. There we go. Case sensitive. Didn't realize ByteHost was case sensitive. That's good to know. So, here's my website. And the way this works is like these folders, when you have these slashes here, this is actually a folder. So this is in FileZilla. Oops, go up, go up. This is that folder. This folder, it's telling it to go here, and it's looking for index.html, which is the default. That's why you don't have to type it, because it's default, unless you decide to change it on your server. And you also have like images and stuff. And that's why, like, if you're pulling from like a different place, like if I have another folder in here with extra pages and I want to pull from the images, I have to do the / images first, because those two little dots, you can see them right here. That's telling it to go to the above folder, which when you click on it, you can see I go to the above folder. So yeah, here we go. My website is now online. You just watched me upload it, and now you can see that it is working. Cool, right? Submit. submit does nothing. Remember, this is broken, doesn't work. Because we only did part of it, we just did the HTML, and I'll teach you how to do the rest of that later. But there you go. You can upload your website. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to upload your website, and once you have it online, the way that you submit your website is to actually submit the URL where I can actually go and see your website online, fully functional. You do want to browse it after you've uploaded it, because like if you messed up some of the URLs, like maybe you didn't type your URLs right when you were making links. Maybe instead of having like, you know, go to my pages folder and then go to like about clouds -types .html, maybe instead yours says like SeanWeg000 /desktop/ cloud share review / like it's looking for it like on your desktop as if it could pull from there. So if these don't work, then some of your locations for your hyperlink references or for your image sources might look something like this. So then you'd want to fix that. And if you're having trouble, you know, let me know and we can hunt for it. All right, that's it.